Hi, I'm Matt Leone, and I'm out in front of Biscayne Babies. You might have heard of this place. It's one of the hottest new clubs in town. Well, tonight, we are going to witness the birth of a new fashion trend. I'm talking a completely different approach to wearing apparel. Let's go inside and take a look. When most people think of the term fashion capital, they picture New York or Paris. Well, tonight, the Coconut Grove Chamber of Commerce is attempting to change all of that by sponsoring a unique event here at Biscayne Baby. It's an art and fashion show in one. They call this Art to Wear, and what's interesting is that these are not the creations of fashion designers, but the work of local artists. Artists who decided they would get better exposure by displaying their work on people rather than walls in a museum. Looks like pretty good exposure to me.
Very nice exposure for the Grove.
I think it's great.
Now, don't expect to find any of this in Women's Wear Daily or Gentleman's Quarterly. On the other hand, you won't have to worry about finding it on anyone else either. These are one-of-a-kind creations. I've always been a bit on the traditional side, but, well, maybe it's my turn to be among the fashion elite. Maybe it's time to blaze a new fashion trail. Well, it's worth a shot anyway. With some help from my new artist friends, my body becomes a canvas. Art to Wear also includes accessories, of course, like this tubular jewelry. And how about this coordinating bandana? Some nuclear socks, a finishing touch, and Calvin Klein, eat your heart out.
Well, this is it, Art to Wear. What do you think of my new image? Once a trendsetter, always a trendsetter. This is Matt Leone from Biscayne Baby. Goodbye.
Good afternoon. Wrestling has certainly proved itself as a major spectator sport here in the Middle Georgia area. Many fans often find themselves wondering what it's like to be in the ring with a professional wrestler. Well, one fan found out. I'm very lucky, I think, to be here today with Mr. Wrestling number 2, who's going to go for the World Championship Tuesday night against Harley Race at the Macon Coliseum. I'm here with him today, and he's going to show me some of the basic holds they use in professional wrestling, and also, a very important thing, when you're thrown in the air and you have to fall, how to land properly so that you minimize injury. After getting into what's called the referee position, number 2 wasted no time showing me a side headlock. Believe me, they don't call it a lock for nothing. Then there's the wrist lock. And let's not forget the double leg dive. I sure won't. From there, it was right into the step-over toe hold. Then it was time for the infamous arm drag go-behind. By that time, I was starting to think of what I might be able to go behind. But there is usually a way out of every hold. After proudly attaining my newly learned wrist lock on my opponent, he swiftly pulled out. Before I knew what was happening, he informed me I was in a hammer lock. By this time, I had been through more locks than the Panama Canal. I really felt confident with the headlock. But there's a way out of that one, too. One of the most important things for a wrestler to know is how to land properly. Number 2 says using your arms to break a fall is the best way to minimize injury. Well, I used my arms and definitely broke something. When you get in a situation and you're backed into a corner, what is the most devastating move you can use in a professional?
Well, devastating move, one of the most devastating. When I have to take my shirt off for this one here because I think it's...
Should I leave mine on or?
Whichever. Being that you're going to be flying through the air, it really doesn't make too much difference. But just throw the shirt to the side there for a minute.
Okay.
Let
me put this down.
No, you can hang on to that. It's all right. We're not going to go too far with this thing. But what happens is when we get into the situation where one of the most devastating moves is when a guy comes into you like this, he shoots that arm up in the air, comes back behind here. And back.
All in the line of duty, folks. All in the line of duty. This is what's left of Matt Leone for 41 Sports. And let me tell you, it's good to be out of that hospital bed and back on my own 2 broken feet. The Macon City Council has